Hey everyone, we are back and playing with markers. So, the last time I did markers was a while back, but I will show you. These are CaliArt markers. They're not super expensive or anything else. They're pretty much a budget marker, but they work really well for what I want them for, so I like them. We're going to be doing like a bluish purple gem, this one. And so I've got 3 different colors, and these colors do not match what they come out as. This one is a lot brighter of a blue. This one is very dark, actually. And this one's about as close as can be, I guess, to what it actually comes out as. I will bring you over here and show you. This is our lightest blue. Oop, that doesn't show on camera, does it? There we go. That's our light blue. We have our mid-tone purple, which is very dark. And then we have our super dark. So what we're gonna do, I might actually add another one in between these two to get a smoother blend. Let me see if I can find 205. Yeah, there we go. That one's somewhere in here. It's about the same. We'll just go with it. We'll see where it goes. Okay, so normally I use the brush tip. And I do have, I'm going to be using as well, Gouache Super Colors. These are watercolor pencils, and you can use them on top and in conjunction with markers very easily. You can use polychromos too. Both will be activated with the alcohol in the alcohol markers. If you're using water-based markers, which are different, polychromos will only work on top. They will not get blended by by a watercolor marker. They will only be blended by an alcohol marker, which these are. So let's get started. I've got my light, so I'm going to base out the entire gem in this. And paper, I found it plays a huge role in how well your markers do. This is the cheap cardstock that I've always used that I really like. And it works just fine for markers. But I've also tried marker paper, I've tried watercolor paper, I've tried all kinds of things. Hot press and cold press, and watercolor paper really just soaks up the marker really quickly, and I don't find the effects that I want in there, so I don't use it. I do like the cheap cardstock. Blame me if you will. And don't worry about these lines. We'll go over them all and kind of saturate this whole thing, and it'll turn out just fine. So, got that, and then I'm going to take the medium shade, which is the purple, and I'm going to try and basically mix it in. So I'm going to go over here. It gets very dark. And then I'm going to go back and forth with it and the blue. The more layers you put on, the darker it will get. So you've got to know that. I don't know if this will work, by the way. I'm guessing. I do know that it will work between same colors. So this is that blue that I had earlier. We'll see how well we do with this instead, maybe. Like I said, work in progress. It is a lot easier to blend between the same shades. Excuse me, it's my husband sneezing in the background. I do know that it's a lot easier to blend between the same shades. So we'll just kind of go through here. Let's see how well we can get this to blend out, if at all, you know. Yes, I use lots and lots of layers. I do have another piece of cardstock under this to help with any bleeding, because sometimes it will bleed. Let's see if we can put some more of this purple in here now. See if we can get it to behave. And yes, you use like a lot of ink and a lot of layers. But then again, like I told you, I am new to this, and so I'm just kind of trying it out as I go. So there we go. Switch back to the medium blue. It's doing okay. Do some more purple up here. Switch back to the medium blue. It's not blending as much as I wanted to, but that's okay. It'll look okay, I think, in the end. We're gonna go to the light blue. See if we can't get it to blend even more. Well, it certainly, at this point, is not. This being the shadow keeps getting bigger. Like I said, work in progress. I don't know, what do you guys think? It's kind of interesting. I think we'll just go with it. So I've got to put the caps back on. And I did not use the darkest one because this did not go how I saw it going. But let's grab some of our pencils. Let's see what we can do to kind of blend this in a little bit. Because I don't like how harsh this line is. This is, like when I said, one of the Super Color Softs. And just get out that light blue. Ooh, the brush tip. And get it to go over that. Blends out pretty nicely. Adds a little bit better, I think. Now, if you want to do some cool cracks or anything like that, you can definitely go over these with your pencils to make cracks in your gems. Making your cracks thicker and thinner in some places can make it more interesting. There we go. That seems pretty cool. And then you can use white pencils as well as gel pens on these. Because I'm doing such big highlights on these, I prefer to use gouache, which is a type of watercolor paint, sort of. It's much more opaque than watercolor, and you've heard me talk about gouache before if you've been watching. So I've just got a little bit in a pan over here, but it's not really a pan, it's like a little plastic cap deal. And I'm just taking a tiny paintbrush in water and getting it wet again. Because just like watercolor, you can reactivate gouache. Like I said, it's just a very opaque watercolor. Unless you're using acrylic gouache. If you're using acrylic gouache, it does not re-wet. You cannot activate it again. Acrylic gouache is very much like acrylic. It's just a lot thinner in application. So, and I'm going to follow, as always, you follow the line of your gem. And since our shadow is bigger over here, that's where I want to put the beginning of our highlight over there. And I'm going to fill it in. And you can do multiple layers of gouache if you want. You can go over it with gel pen after it dries. It doesn't take long to dry. So, if you want to do that, and then just like that, fill it in. And then, because there's, always light around and reflecting and bouncing around, I always like to put little ones around the sides as well, close to the edge because they're gonna be a lot, I don't know how to say that, not like the direct light. Like this is the direct light coming down onto it. These are gonna be like little lights that are reflecting around, like from your phone or something like that. So they're much closer to the edge. They'll be coming in from a side versus the top. I think I've done too many, but that's okay. I think it turned out alright. I'm not mad at it. I think I'm losing my water over here. I want to fix this one. It looks too scratchy. That's better. See, coming back in with that second coat can get it to look a lot brighter and a lot more opaque. Here we go. Well, you guys let me know what you think. If you want to try it out or whatnot. I hope you do. Let me know how yours goes. Post it in Gemhouse if you feel like it. And we're going to do, I think, some black ones on the next video. So stay tuned and we'll get that one next.